All right, so it's time to have some fun with headlights. So the Halo headlights available for these cars pretty much suck. Mainly the biggest complaint is the very dim actual halo rings. They actually like to go out pretty quick too. So I actually had a thought that maybe I would try to tear some apart, you know, update things, upgrade, whatever, and make them better. In mentioning that, I found someone that has a set and they were interested in having that done. Let's crack the box open and see what we got. I just did it all in 120. All right, what are we working with here? Some headlights. Oh, I like what they've done here. Updated version of Spec D ones here. Instead of individual little bulbs, we now have little LEDs. Hopefully a male, if I can find it. That's my goal. I'm gonna find the plug for a 194. That way we're not splicing. Here's what we got going on here. So that's cool. We're gonna make sure there's an LED to go over here. See our halo rings. We're gonna get this lens off. I gotta get those rings out. We're gonna swap those to CCFL ones. And looks like she already put a decent halogen high. So we'll test to see how it looks. But for the low, we're gonna get some, I think I suggested HIDs. And hopefully take these to the next level. Guess step one's tear down. All the wiring torn down here. So here's our 3 little bullet LEDs. And for your for your LED halo rings, this is all you get. That's it. Those little guys. All they do is they light the bottom. So when they light the bottom, they're expected to carry all the way around, which they don't. That's why we're changing. All right, so we're gonna slowly work at getting this lens off. Up. Get off my stick. All right. There you go. So actually, I do this. So to recap, they're expecting these little guys to sit in here and make that whole thing glow. And there's our halo rings. Next, I'm gonna do some measurements, see what we can fit in there. So let's see what we got for a measurement here. It's like 78 millimeters. Inside, like 63. A little weird, but I bet you we can find it. All right, so I couldn't find nothing in that size, so let's go with measuring the actual headlight and see what our tolerances are. We'll say 63 for an inner, about 80 for an outer diameter. So let's take that and see what we can find. Before we jump into the rings, I've isolated all the wiring here. So this little harness right here is gonna be for the old halos. We're gonna snip these wires and take these boots because we're gonna reuse those. We have the headlight portion right here. So it plugs into your factory guy there. And then you have for your highs and your lows. We're gonna come back to that because we are going to be using HIDs for the lows. So we're gonna revisit that part of it. And then you have these, whatever you wanna call them, 3 little accent lights that go here. So let's move on to the actual rings. I have one put on so far. Ended up going with LED ones. You see how very thin they are, and they're almost exactly the right size. So it actually worked out, and then the little cover actually even went on as well. I'm thinking we're good there. We'll install these other ones. I didn't even have to put our TV or anything in there. Just by installing this guy and adding the little ring around it, it's perfect. So I got more of these on the way to not only finish these headlights, but do the other set. So I'm gonna hook the little capacitor here, run it down through. Okay. Center it the best I can. And then we're gonna take our little cover here, and that should help keep it the rest of the way centered. So I'm gonna go ahead, before I continue my wiring, I'll hook these up real quick and we'll get a peek at what they look like. And always read directions or look at what your power and ground is, because you're not always gonna have a black as a reference, and black actually isn't always gonna be a ground. So always double check what you have going on. So that one there, and then putting this one here, they should fire up. There they are. So, compared to our other ones, I'm going to say these are much brighter. There we go. Side-by-side comparison. You guys tell me what you think. I think we have a winner. I'm down through. Get this to sit. That's supposed to. Should be. I might have more back up to sit. So that's going to be the case. So we'll get that. Alright, so this seems to be sitting where they're supposed to be. Go through, clean this up, and get the new lens on there and sealed. And we'll come back to our wiring. Alright, and after a lot of heat gun action and some cleanup, we have a whole headlight. Got the halo wiring through with the grommets, so that's done. So this company's really gonna start liking me if I keep doing this, but yeah. So here we go. I forgot to grab the camera, but here's the first one installed. I'm going to do a quick mock-up, and we're gonna see how it looks in there. Heck yeah, it's gonna look pretty good. Oh, I can already see it cut off. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, dude. Alright, so let's get this wiring wrapped up here. Come back to the headlight. I want to take care of our accent lights here. So we'll take these guys back to about here. Put there. With these. Secure it. If you guys are just installing the Halos without doing any modifications, at least do yourself the favor and buy these. So you're not using gator clips or anything like that. All you do is put your connectors on there, and then that'll plug right in your harness. I'll probably tape. Oh, well. Yeah, it's a couple things quickly. I don't have to do this here. Yeah, I'll change that in. That's me. Full slide, these up there. You should be able to. That's all we got for wiring. You'll plug your factory one in here and right here. So this headlight is complete. Alright, now it's time for a test. Put them on the old daily here. Okay. The inner, the outer, and our halo rings are glowing. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, this should just be the insides and outsides. There it is. Alright. Now we have both low beams. You can see on my hand. Oh, that's warm. Again. So, there's our final test. Those. So I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be it for this video. The owner will be here ASAP to get those installed, and that will be its own video. Any questions on what I did here today, you guys know the deal. Let me know and we'll get it taken care of. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.